What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay, you guys. I cannot. This is so unlike me. Cannot find my phone tripod. So I am like, it's like a part of me. I don't even know where it is. I just can't believe it. So what's up, everybody? I'm LaKeisha Michelle. I'm super fired up to be chatting with you guys. I'm excited about the things that we're going to do next week in this boot camp / extravaganza. It's all about money, 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 money. And no, I'm not some super certified money professional. What I want to bring to my audience is the stuff I wish I had organized, and it's common sense. And this boot camp is really for you to take action, and it's really for you to start doing what you already know to do. So for all my smarty pants, yeah, don't come for me because it's not going down. Okay, this class is going to be super fun because it is all about just doing the stuff that we already know how to do. Do you know I picked up an old book today that I got this book maybe last year, maybe the year before, I'm not really sure, but this book, .com Secrets. I picked this book up. This is not about this book, but I was like, oh my gosh, I think I bought this when I was starting my online class called Short Hair Boot Camp. I don't know. Anyway, for some reason it caught my eye. So this morning I picked it up and I was like, holy cow, I know so much stuff. And I cracked up at myself because even this very stuff that I was kind of like still kind of like fixing in my business, I already knew. I knew this. And then I paid for classes and coaches who taught this. And it's all of it was necessary because I needed to understand that I just wasn't taking action and showing up. I sent an email out. If you're on my email list, go to LaKeishaMichelle.com. You can sign up for my email list free. And I sent the morning message out was just like hustle like Beyonce and Jay-Z. So let me tell y'all something. Beyonce and Jay-Z, okay, I'm just this kind of nosy person. Hey y'all, what's going on? I'm this kind of nosy person. So I went on the website and counted because I was like, everybody, all of my friends have been to the On the Run tour and I haven't. And I was like, okay, so I didn't even know I was going to be in town this week, but I am in LA, and my friends are going again to the On the Run tour. So I was like, okay, should I go to the On the Run tour? Meanwhile, I just got my car fixed and then another tire messed up. So that's like $700, right? And no big deal. I'm gonna get it done, get it fixed. But I was like, okay, $700 plus a Beyonce concert, plus I'm getting ready to go to the Bahamas. I'm doing the absolute most. And I was like tripping out because I was like, look at how Beyonce works. I love her work ethic. If you follow me, you know I love her work ethic, okay? And I went on the website and counted. I was like, let me just count. So I literally, this is what I did. I'm pretty sure I could have just Googled this, but I counted it because it's more fun for me. 48 shows between June 6th and October 4th. There were it was either 8 or 9, 10 countries because I don't know if, yeah, I think it was 9 countries, 9 or 10 countries, 20 states, 39 cities. Now, here's why I love this. Okay, so when I won a contest with Matrix, a hair company, we literally did 20 states. I didn't even count the cities because it was getting ridiculous. It was definitely more than 39 cities. It was crazy. But I did a tour like this. And being on the road like that, it's very taxing on you. And so right after I counted that, I saw J-Lo post a picture. She looked hot, right? And she was saying that she did, I forgot how many cities. Whoops, I forgot to go live on YouTube. She did how many cities? But I don't even know how this is going to stay up. Hold on, y'all. Let me see how I'm going to do this. Too many devices. That's not going to work. Anyway, J-Lo did a ton of cities, and she was saying the same thing. Like, she was going to get tired. She did, like, I don't know. It was in 30 days. I think she did, like, 17 shows. Either way it goes, as I'm looking to buy the Beyonce ticket, I was like, girl, you need to be working as hard as Beyonce. Not going to the damn concert, although I'm probably going to the concert. But the reality is, we already know. My point of it all is that when I read this book, I was reminded by how much I do know and how much I have implemented. And I was like, damn, I'm smart. Oh, man, I'm so smart. Oh, I got to remember that. This is why I tell you to tell yourself all the time to speak to yourself. Speak to your soul. Speak to yourself, because you're always speaking. You're always going to be saying, like, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm broke, I'm tired, I'm mad, I'm depressed. All we claim We speak so much to ourselves anyway. But at the end of the day, are you speaking things like, I am smart. I am so smart. I am so freaking smart. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. I know what to do. I just need to do it, right? So that's just that spiel. Now, when it comes to money, I wanted to talk to you guys, and I'm very passionate. I've been passionate about finance for so long. And I realized, I was talking to myself. I said, myself was like, girl, what? And I was like, you keep discounting what you know because you think you need a degree. And I'm like, well, people are going to think this and that. And it's like, no, here's what I know, self. Here's what you desire to share with the other people. You want them to not have to experience what you experience, because here's the thing about everything that I've experienced. I was built for it, right? And I can be optimistic in the middle of a $50,000 tax bill. Okay, so meaning you got to give them 50 grand, right? I can be optimistic in that. That doesn't make me go, oh my God, I'm going to quit business, yada, yada, yada. It just means I got to pay my bill, right? But the average person is stressing. I pay my parents' taxes. Okay, so it's like the average person is stressing over these things. And so, yeah, you have the right to tell them about what you have learned the long way. I don't even want to say the hard way, because I had a lot of fun making a lot of money and it wasn't hard. So I want to share with you what I have learned the long way. Okay. And for some reason, well, for a lot of reasons, because of cultural background and just ignorance to the rules of money. And so I am no super money expert, but here's what I know for sure. Every week I get an email from my members, people who have paid me to be a part of my courses online, and they're like having the same problem. And it really comes down to, are you organizing the books? Are you keeping proper records? And so what I wanted to do was kind of do a boot camp. And what I love about boot camps and workshops is that it gets you into action. So this is definitely for the person who wants to start managing and paying attention to your money so you can grow it. For some of you, you want to make some money, pay attention to it, start managing it properly. And then my advice is to go get a tax professional, go get an accountant, go get someone who teaches you about investing your money. That's not what I'm here for. This and what I'm about to talk to you about is because I don't want you to have that moment where you get handed a bill and let's screw the IRS, because let's not even go that far. Let's just talk about the average business owner who is working. And like when I was in the salon, it was like I was so busy, so booked, and I still didn't have any facts on paper. But everybody was like, oh my God, I'm so excited for your success. But I didn't have any facts on paper. Facts meaning, what is the income? Like, I don't know. What was my weekly spend? What was my weekly revenue? I didn't know any of that stuff. And every time I sat down to go look at it, I was tired. Every time I sat down to like really be a professional, I read something that just didn't make sense to me. Like, I would always read Dave Ramsey, but Dave Ramsey, first of all, he feels like he beats me up sometimes. I mean, that's just my opinion. Sometimes I think that, bruh, you need to be having sympathy all the time, because we out here struggling. And he just be like, that's stupid. And I would get all pissed at him, which is stupid for me because he has information that I need. But there was a barrier, right? And so one of my favorite books, and I tell everybody about it, is Profit First. I have told my members, and the funny thing is, even in my group, when we did the work together, people still were overwhelmed. And it has everything to do with your emotions and your mindset. So here we are jumping into business, and we haven't really grasped the fact that from day one, we should have been keeping a record book of everything. Like, and the way that people tell me even now, people tell me, Profit First, it's so good. It's so good. People tell me even now, like, why am I, doing things according to the IRS? You need to find your loopholes. Yes, you need to find your loopholes, like the proper legal ways to write off your taxes. I'm always searching for what Trump did. I need to know what tax, how did he do that? That's the only thing I agree with that weirdo. But in general, You want to run your business so that it can be sold, so that you can replace yourself. And you can't even begin to think. I can't even begin to think about that if I'm not organized. So this boot camp that I'm having for you guys is for us to just, there we go. Yeah, get that book, y'all. For us to continually do the work and then go hire the professional who can take you further. Profit First has a bunch of different accountants. Dave Ramsey has a bunch of accountants. I like Profit First because you set aside profit. The minute I started implementing Profit First, I start to set money to the side that I do not touch, that it makes my business profitable. This is not the same money that you pay your expenses from. This is a whole nother account. So I definitely think you should go get that book. In the group, I'm going to give you like the Cliff's Note version and the real life, how do you implement this? Just because a lot of times when you're reading, you have so many barriers, language barriers, cultural barriers, ADD, you know what I'm saying? So, and sometimes words are just, big words are used when you don't even have to do that, right? Because sometimes when people talk to me, I'm like, why you just couldn't say that? Like, instead of giving me some fancy way. You don't get points for being fancy. You get points for when I understand what the heck you talking about, okay? Okay, so let me tell you guys some tips. And when I'm talking to my bootcamp members, and these are people, there are over 700 people in my new membership from this year. So I had 900 last year. I have 700 something this year. Could be wrong. I haven't checked the number in like a month. But like these are people who are actively, freshly paying members of my online courses, which are on how to, you know, create YouTube videos, how to make online courses, how to do short hair, how to create your business model. These are the kind of courses that I have. If you want to know about those, just send me a message. Hello. But in those courses, when I ask questions, I'm like, so what's your weekly average? What's your monthly average? What are your expenses? Everybody goes, oh, I'll get back with you. What the hell? You need to know. I can pull up a spreadsheet right now, and I'm going to show you everything that's coming out, everything that's coming in. I know where it is, period. You have to know these numbers, right? And most business owners are just like, I'll get it together when I get rich, when I get on my feet. When I finish, I just got to pay this one bill, and then I'm going to get organized. What? That's why you're working so hard and you're tired. Because there's no way in hell I can go to Australia last week and go to the Bahamas this week if I were not watching numbers. Numbers give you freedom. Numbers tell you what moves to make. You have to be friends with the numbers. Most business owners are fearful of the numbers because numbers are, they show you who you really are. Numbers show me all the time I'm impatient and I am a little frivolous at times. Numbers show me that I love my parents. Numbers show me that I love travel. Numbers show me that I'm a hell of a salesman. Numbers show me what I'm passionate about. You can tell what you're passionate about based on the numbers. Numbers show me that I help people because the same people keep buying more and more and more of my stuff. Numbers tell me everything. Did y'all catch that? I'm going to pause because I'm just rattling off because I'm excited. I need to eat. I got to go take my car back to the Beamer dealership. But I wanted to, I just felt the spirit to come on and tell you guys that these money lessons are going to be epic. Now, here's what I love about the workshop that's coming up next week. I'm going to be with Lisa Nichols. And she was like, why don't you ever invite me? I never get to play with any of your members. Like, you never really. I'm like, I do, but we always are busy. And so I'll be with her for a week on a vacay next week. Well, she's going to be on vacay. I'm going to be working. But I think I don't know. Anyway, I am getting her to talk to us about money mindset, the abundance mindset, and releasing the fears around money. And of course, sharing. Lisa is the person that taught me, like, oh my gosh, I love watching her crunch numbers. That is I get joy. I get a high off watching this lady crunch numbers. So I'm super excited because that's like a bonus, right? So, hey guys. So I want you to repeat back to me in the text, guys, because I want you to understand that numbers are my friend. Numbers are my friend. Numbers love me. Listen, and really numbers are neutral. Numbers have no emotions, but I'm going to make them my friend. They're my friend. They tell me the real deal. Yeah, they tell me the real deal. They tell me the real deal. They'll tell me if I've been sitting on my tail. They'll tell me if I'm, you know, losing customers. Like you'll see by your retention rate, right? Those types of numbers tell you what you should possibly look at cutting, stopping doing, or adding, right? Numbers just tell you what to do. And the average business owner, we know this. That was my point earlier. We know, like I read this book and I was like, holy cow, I know this. Why am I not doing this? Certain things in that book I haven't done yet. And it always goes back to emotions. Well, either I got overwhelmed with information and so I didn't take action, or I didn't think that I was good enough. I went back to some, you know, I'm not good enough BS story. And so I have to choose to unsubscribe from those emails in my brain, those emails that my brain sent me telling me that I'm not worthy. I unsubscribe, and I'm going to subscribe to the thoughts that are completely worthy. These thoughts that make me remember, like, I am enough. Like, if I wasn't enough, I wouldn't have bought the freaking book, because something in me said, you can figure that out. Same thing with numbers. So when I first got interested into numbers, I remember I created a mobile app. Guys, I have ADD. I created a mobile app called Beauty Pay. And it was all about, because I was having breakthroughs. I was like, holy cow. Now that I know how much money I make, I can actually budget, and I'm starting to understand all the stuff that seemed so foreign for my creative mind. And so I created a mobile app, and it was all about helping professionals manage their income and their expenses and keep tabs of cash, credit cards, and like if you have to pay an employee or assistants. Oh, it was everything, but then it crashed. And then I got discouraged because the app was in the app store. People were like, oh my God, this is amazing. But then when it started crashing, people were like, this app sucks. And I was like, ah, and I just ran and hid and deleted it. But I was onto something, and I'm telling that story because the story that I also have been telling myself was, I'm not qualified to share this information with you because I'm not a money professional. But I can't also sit and watch my members and people in my community keep struggling with something that I figured out. So I'm going to tell you what I learned, and then I highly encourage you to go and get a tax professional and an accountant, someone to help you stay on track. Okay. What was the book? Profit First. I've had so many opportunities just open up because of your teaching. Thanks for everything. Thank you, Sehar. Sehar, you've been on a bunch of videos. I ain't had time to watch them, girl, but I've been seeing them videos pop up. Yes. So, oh, this is called .com Secrets. I bought this book a long time ago, but when I was reading it, I was like, holy shit, I know this. I know this. Oh my God, I know this. I also realized I get joy from teaching live, like in person with people. I get joy of people taking action. Like, I love webinars where I can see your face and you're actually doing a step when I'm doing, like, I love that. So anyway, I had a lot of epiphanies about myself this week, and just reminders, and also, you know, some things I'm going to cut and change and add, yada, yada, yada. But anyway, I decided to bring this class and bring it better than I did before because it helped so many people. People send me messages and they're like, Keisha, oh my God. And I'm like, oh, I need to help more people because I'm assuming that I'm done, and I'm not. So this webinar is going to be super, super fast. And really, let me tell you guys what it's going to be. I'm going to upload some videos in a membership area, right? And you're going to get the core. We're going to do a live stream. You're going to get the short videos to help you implement the details. And some of this stuff you'll already know. Like, you already know a lot of things that you just haven't done. So it's just a matter of doing it and proving it in the group, having accountability. And then there's a checklist of things I want you to get done over the course of 7 days. So this is for people who want to take action in cleaning up their money habits. I have worksheets for you. Income and expense tracking, you can get those anywhere, but I have my cute little ones that I made for you. Also, sales worksheets, because you're running a business and you want to know there are certain things you need to know about your business numbers. And then, of course, the bonus is going to be to get our wisdom and insight from a multi-million-dollar CEO, Lisa Nichols. Most people know her for motivation and inspiration, but I mean, she does run a multi-million-dollar company all over the world. And we need to know what she knows, and she's the best. And so I'm going to teach you guys what I've learned about income taxes and the type of records that you need to keep, because they could audit you. And even though 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be, no, it's not in the CEO stylist. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be you audited, maybe, knock on wood. But you want to run your business like you're going to sell it, and you want to run your business like you're going to be audited. And my favorite thought of the day when I was writing up the curriculum was like on the show Power. If you watch Power, give me some heart emojis and share this stream. Okay, so on Power, Ghost is like this. He's torn because he's a mass murderer, drug dealing father, community leader, politician. Hilarious. Anyway, what I love is they always have their business numbers clean. Every time the IRS, the government, whoever, the police come in to audit them to try to take them to jail, they always have their numbers clean. And I was like, we need to be acting like them. They always have their books and records clear. And so here's a couple things that most people don't know. I'm gonna give you guys 3 tips. Okay? I'm gonna give you guys 3 tips. Where's my little sheet that I had? Where's my sheet? One thing that and these are just gonna be things you need to look into. London in the house. Hey. So these are things you're gonna need to look into. They're very surface, but just have it done, right? Just take this and go, okay, I need to do this. For one, you need to have all of your business income coming into one account. One account. If you have multiple businesses, you can totally have multiple income only. That means no debit card, no checks for this account. That has been majorly helpful for me because what that mean when your finger itch, y'all? Does that mean you about to come into more money? I'm gonna just make it mean that. Anyway, that has been so major for me. I learned this years ago, okay, maybe like 5, but it was only like 5 or 6 years ago. And it made the world of difference. And when I started getting tax professionals and accountants to help me, they were like, holy cow, you're more organized than most people, because most people just have, you're paying bills and you're doing expenses and you're sneaking buying chilies and burgers all out of one account. That's not hot. No. Oh, if you're like me, I had my business money coming into a business checking account, but I also was paying for my business expenses out of that same account. So it was just a hot mess. So for clarity, you want to go in with one account that is clean, and it only is for income, meaning all your credit card transactions, when you get cash. So for example, when I was in the salon, I had an envelope and I put every cash into an envelope and I left the envelope alone. I used to just spend all my cash, throw it in my purse, never paid attention to it because I was like, who cares? But if you were to get audited, the IRS has a way to guesstimate how much cash you could have got. So that's why you have to be careful, because I know everybody, I've been told 100 times, cash, don't count it, girl. The IRS don't know. But they have little techniques where they can estimate what possibly could have been happening. They look at the number of days you work, the hours, the average amount of people that are coming in and out based on credit cards. They're going to add the cash. They have ways to figure it out. And it's not so you live in fear of the IRS. It's so you have integrity and you run a proper business. I'm old school. Just do things right so you're not confused and getting caught up in some BS, okay? So for all those people who are like, girl, I'm not the person for you. I think you should just sleep good at night. And the way you sleep good at night is you ain't running around doing 100 lies and being schemy, okay? Thanks. So you want to make sure that all of your business income is coming into an account that you don't have a debit card and you're not swiping on that, okay? You're going to use that account and you're going to pay yourself. You're going to pay your profit account. You're going to put money into your tax account. You're going to put money into your operating expense account. You're going to disperse that money one day out the week. That's why I love Mondays, because Mondays is Money Monday. And that's where I can go in and, handle business, right? And disperse when necessary. Now, you want to get to the point where you're not checking your bank account 24/7, right? Because I know for me, every morning I woke up, I was like, what did I forget? I used to be like, oh my gosh, I just always would forget different things that were coming out of my account. And oh my God, for sure, any of you Short Hair Bootcamp members, I don't know why I always tap on the screen. Short Hair Bootcamp members, Short Hair Bootcamp is a class that I have. When I first started, it was $19 a month or $150 a year. This was a subscription model business from the beginning. There are always a few people that would send a message as if I robbed them because they forgot that this has been a subscription. Then they would make up false things and say like, that I never knew that. No, you just misread because I have a million videos and a million things to show you proof that it says subscription, $19 a month, $19 a month, $19. That was the way I sold it all the time. But they would be like, you took money from me. And I always felt sorry for them because I did that too to other companies. Karma's a bitch. So I was like, I understand that you forgot. Okay. But this has always been a subscription course. So I used to always have people, not that many, but I used to have people be like, oh my God, you stole money from me. No, you forgot. So this brings me to tip number 2. Tip number 1, put all of your business income into one bank account. Everything you receive. So again, when I was a stylist, because I was receiving cash, what a tax professional told me to start saving all my cash and deposit it on one day out the week so that it looks like a big lump sum. Because once I was going to get something, I can't remember what I was getting, but when they were assessing my bank statements, they were like, what are all these little knick-knack deposits? They didn't like that. And so they said, just from people, sometimes if you're going to get a house or whatever, they're going to look deeply into your bank statements and things like that. You want to have that cash deposited in a lump sum so it looks like a bigger deposit and it's not just knick-knack, paddywhack, you know, $100 here, whatever. So that's the tip, guys, for number 1. Hopefully that's clear for you. Say hi. You're taking me out of thought process, so you have to ask me that on the message because I don't want it. It requires me to think different. So tip number 2 is to make sure that, I'm now forgetting. Okay. Deposit on bank number 1. Number 2, what was I saying? See how I can't read comments and focus. What was I just saying? What was tip number 2, y'all? Y'all see how I got ADD that quick trying to read the long comments? What was I just saying? I wanted it to flow right into that one. Okay, I'll come back to it. No, I can't remember. Let me see if y'all can remember. Y'all can't remember. Oh, no, I said have another account for expenses. How did I just forget it? Holy cow, because I was trying to read what Sahar said. How to get, oh well, I can't remember that one. So we're going to have to just trust that it's going to come back to me. So 1, have all of your personal income come into the bank account and deposit cash once a week in a lump sum, okay? So that's all 1. It's okay. Y'all know I got ADD. It's okay. I should have wrote it out, but I just knew at the top of my dome. Okay, so now that you know where all the income is, I'll give you guys another tip. I can't remember number 2, but the other one, number 3, is knowing your, oh, there we go, subscription. There we go, subscription. That's why I was telling the story about Short Hair Bootcamp. Holy shit. So people used to send me messages about that I charge them. First of all, it's all automatic. So I don't even know how to go in and charge you like that. It's all automatic. But they would send me messages and I knew how they felt because all it is you're not managing your money because you should have known what you signed up for. The minute I sign up for something, whether it's my personal or my business, it goes on my calendar in a recurring thing. So I put it days before it's actually due. So if something is due on the, thank you, Misty. If something is due on the 15th, then I'm going to make sure that on the 10th, I'm checking everything that's going to be coming, right? So even the way I have my bill set up, and I'm giving you guys my templates in this workshop. So if something is due on the 15th, you're not going to wait until the 15th. This may be common sense to some people, but at the end of the day, money is emotional and our habits are emotional. A lot of times we get busy being busy and we're not looking at what's coming in and what's coming out. So tip number 2 is monitoring your subscriptions, okay, before the due date. Because a lot of times, if something is supposed to be deducted on the 15th, it could very well be deducted on the 14th, maybe the 13th at midnight. Like, well, that's technically the 14th. But you got to pay attention. So what I do is every time I sign up for something, for my business or for my personal, I put that days ahead. So that way I know what's coming in and what's coming out, what's projected. So I know to check that, because sometimes you're going to buy something and you realize like, okay, I don't want to pay for that next month. It's a subscription. Maybe it's Netflix, for example. Maybe you have Netflix for your salon business and you realize we don't even use Netflix. We mostly just use like the smart TV, YouTube thing. So if that's the case, then if Netflix is supposed to be deducted on the 8th of the month, then you want to make sure that you have a timer for Netflix at least by the 6th, so that you can just check to make sure that you're still using that service. Get rid of subscriptions that you're not using. And I even for like, now, this is not the same, because I heard some people, if you signed up for a product and got immediate access and you're not using the product and it's like a payment plan, that's not a subscription. Be clear. I've had someone say that before and I was like, that's not a subscription. You made an agreement to pay in payments so that you can have access to the information. So that's an agreement. A subscription is like a Netflix. A subscription is like my business, which was Short Hair Bootcamp, which it's now changed. I took away the $19 subscription because I want to attract someone with a different mindset who understands in investing. Now that my business has grown, I'm just not feeling $19 because it brings $19 problems. It just irritates me. So anyway, and that's my own little opinion. I just would rather have you just invest and be done so you can focus on the work and not on the number and the money, because that's a different type of thinking. Hey, Karinicha. So I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm probably butchering it. So number 1, business income account. This is not an account that you should be swipey out of. That's Dora the Explorer for those of you who don't have little children. So you want to make sure that you have all of the money, because I see you guys just joining. You want to have all the money going into your business account. Now, if you have multiple businesses that are completely different, then I do recommend, and guys, if you really like, go and look at, you can call the IRS. I'm that person. I call state board. I will call IRS. I will call the heads of people and make sure that I'm right. I want to hear from their mouth. So don't take my word for it. Go Google it. Go to the IRS website. Plenty of stuff on there. The reality is the average person doesn't do it. So here we are. Now, business income and then your subscriptions. Making sure that you are using your business expenses wisely. Nitris, what's up, boo? Make sure you're using your expenses wisely. So if you have a business class, that's a subscription, like my course was. It was $19 a month, cancel anytime. That's what I created it as. That came out of an operating expense account. So that account has money there for business expenses that you require to operate. It's education that supports you doing the task in your job, so you can write that off, and you want to have it come out the business account, right? So internet fees or your phone bill. Well, you can write off a percentage of your phone bill if you're using it for personal, yada, yada, yada. So that's getting too detailed. Just monitoring that and making sure that you have everything written down. That really is the moral of that story. Have you written down everything that comes out of your account every single month that's recurring? Let's just do a room check. Do you know all of your, if I called you right now on speakerphone, you have a binder or a spreadsheet right now you can go to, and it is completely updated with everything that recurs on your business every month and personal. Yes or no in the comments. Let's take a temperature of the room. So I look at all y'all YouTube stuff, by the way. I love you guys' comments. And I'm telling you guys, people have paid me a lot of money and they still don't. And it's like, how are we supposed to grow the business and grow our own personal lives? How do we do this? The way that I even can live in 2 places. I rent here in LA and I rent in Dallas. The way that I did that was put all my numbers on paper. But when I say I live in 2 places, sometimes people go, oh my God, everybody ain't able. Okay, really? It's not that much. I just decided where my money's going to go. I flop money around. I have to know my numbers in order to make a decision like that. So there's so many things that we feel that is bigger than it is. For example, property investment. That's on my radar right now. And I'm like, at the end of the day, my purse, the purses I just bought, even just based on what you want. I just bought 2 Furla bags. That's really my Beyonce tickets. Okay. Like it, or a tire change. It's just how you perceive things. And I'm using those as simple examples because a lot of times we think we can't. My the ticket to Australia, well, $800 is a lot of money for people, but $800, that's not a lot one way. I mean, I don't think so, especially when you bought it 3 days before it's time to leave. My ticket to the Bahamas, $290, and that's because I got the plus seat. That's not bad. Like, it's about knowing the number so you can make choices. So you may spend $290 in groceries. I spent it on the plane ticket. You can't make choices that fuel your soul if you don't know the numbers. So I just asked a question if you're just joining. And I said, if I called you on speaker right now, if I picked up my phone and I said, I'm about to call you and I need you. Oh, look, y'all, look at that beat. That is so cool. Do y'all see that purple thing? Oh, that's how it does the face recognition. Crazy. That was crazy. You can't see that in regular eye, but the screen showed it. Okay, ADD. The question was, I just asked everybody, if I called you, would you be able to pull up a spreadsheet or pull up something that has all of your bills? So I used to try to use like mint.com and all that kind of stuff. And I would just get ADD because they have offers popping up and stuff. I just was like, So I use Google Docs. So like I literally always go in my Google Doc, I like to, and we're going to make this tip number 3, money distribution. Yeah, you just choose. You get to pick and choose. So I have an income and expense spreadsheet, and it has my different thing. This is last year, and I made this myself. That's why it's ugly. But it has last year's income, 2017, next to 2018 income. So I literally each month I can look and say, well, January last year I made $3,572, right? This is internet money. So in January 2018, I made $9,089.02. That's great. That's amazing, especially since I can also go to another tab at the bottom of this and look at my bills. And so I didn't have a lot of bills. I got my bills down to about $2,500, right? And I had some cash. I ain't gonna lie, I had some cash clients. Okay, nurse handling my business. But in general, I wanted to make a shift. I shut my salon down. I wanted to literally take off and do something completely different. So I burned all the bridges, and boom! Like, you can make those numbers. You like everything is everything. Like, it's just like if you see the numbers. So like I can even go in and look at what month is this? This is August. I can see what I spent: food, rent, Target, toll tax, Papados. I can see this is on a spreadsheet. I'm so nerdy. I go in and I write all my expenses, and then I can look and see what I value. Obviously, travel and Papados and Raising Cane's chicken. But at the end of the day, I'm very frugal, and I'd rather spend my money on a trip. Like, I'm going to the Bahamas, and it's so other people, you may buy a bunch of clothes or buy a bunch of whatever. Money is freedom. Like, and you need to know all of the numbers. And so I also every account that I'm taking money out of and spending money from is here. And then it adds up. There's my goal income. There's my current income. It tells me how much I still have to make up for the month. It tells me how much I've spent so far. And let me tell you, the craziest thing is when you look at your goal income, okay? And you want to look at your current income. You see how much you've brought in so far, okay? And you know that you see what you've spent. So the reason why I do it like this is because it's very simple. I just want to look at what I'm spending every single day, and I put it in this spreadsheet. And every day, every morning, I can look at my spreadsheet and say, here's how much money that I've made already. Here's how much money I've spent this month. And here's how much I need to make this month in order to meet my goal. That just supports me in so many ways, right? And then I have all the ways it came in. So now I can see in the different accounts, I receive money 3 ways. And so I have the ways here. So then I'll go over and I have my goals, like my affirmations and just things that I write that are, they're like my thing. Like I always have tons of money left over in my business and my personal accounts. I make $40,000 a month and I pay myself $20,000 consistently each month. And I just do all these different things. I help thousands of women grow successful businesses with my mini courses and free content. I pay all things effortlessly and easily. All money comes back to me 100-fold every time, all the time. I have the happiest, fired up clients. My business always doubles each year. I'm so happy and grateful about that. I've decided that it's actually 100% done. I decide every single day. This is the kind of things I do. This is me talking to me, dealing with me. Okay? So, and I just keep going. I just keep going until I'm done, right? But I have this there's August, there's July. So like you can literally just keep spreadsheets, and I take this everywhere. So no matter where I'm in the world, when I get up, I'm in gratitude, and I had to change because I used to have a habit. Janine Macklin, I love you. If you ever see this, Janine turned me on to the fact that every time I would check my bank account, I had trained myself to check my bank account for what was spent and for what went out. And so I was never expecting to receive money. I was only checking to see what was spent, and it felt like this, like, you know, and it was contracting. And so here you are trying to live a life of expansion and a life by design, but you're completely contracting. You're completely worried about all this stuff. Even with debt, I had to shift the way that I view debt because Dave Ramsey put me in a panic, and it was unhealthy to the point where my rich friends was like, Heifer, you're so focused on paying off debt that you're like losing like reality. I was like, oh. They were like, okay, what if you looked at it differently? I'm like, okay, how should I look at it? Debt is leverage. Because of that, you were able to go to beauty school. Because of that student loan, you were able to go to beauty school and actually make all that money times 1 million back. So yeah, I'm grateful for that debt. I'm grateful for the credit card debt because it gave me opportunity to do XYZ, whatever that thing was. I had to change my view. So money is definitely emotional. Exactly, another feeling. Oh, here you go, guys. Here's the link to the workshop, by the way, which starts on Monday. And the first people, everybody that joins before Saturday, you get this is a $50 workshop. $50, and we're boot camping it up. So all the people who are watching this going, I should, but I haven't. Next week, we can literally spend a little time every single day getting the numbers in order, okay? And I say 7 days, but I feel like this is going to go for as long as it flows through me because I'm very passionate about this. And I just want to help you guys as I help myself and keep growing. So this workshop is on Monday. You're going to get a live stream, and then there's some stuff I'm going to put into small videos just so you can watch it for 5 minutes and then do. Okay, you download the workshop, the worksheets, and then you'll have this. I'm going to share with you how I keep track. And you can use it or not, but it'll definitely give you clarity, okay? But anyway, my point of bringing this up is that here's my overall income, here's my bills, and I have bills, so my, I was like, okay, you can't see. My personal bills, then there may be some things that I want to do, so like this is called the things happen section. And so I got that from Kat Latorzo, Katrina Luke. She did something where she showed things, this has happened, and I was like, oh. But what I used to do, and I've always done, is what Brian Tracy told me. I like I know him. But from his book, he said, you have to write, he said, write everything is done. So I always used to just, before I did this little section, I would just write it like, I make this amount every month, I make this, and I put a date by it. So I'll go over all that in the money class. things that I know have worked for me. You got to try it. Everything works for everybody in different ways. So anyway, all my personal bills are divided up. So like from the 1st through the 15th, from the 15th through the 30th, and then like other things that are like savings, medical, car maintenance. If you drive an expensive car, you got to put some money aside every month. Property investing. Have sections, even if you haven't started to save. I'm going to teach you and show you guys to go ahead and start being intentional that you're going to save for certain things, right? And then this has happened. So like things that I want to happen, like my parents, I want to redo their house. I was dreaming about it last night. So like I have a section and I know how much it's going to cost. And so I have this thing I use called Albert. Super, super good. And it takes money out. So there's an account for that. Then it's just taking money and I don't never see it. It's in another account somewhere on the internet. Okay. And then on my business, I have goals. So like I have some legal stuff I want to pay for, some studio time for music. And I'm investing right now in a product for the beauty industry. So that payment. So these are goals. And then here are all my business subscriptions. So like, and then when I get over here, and I made this all myself, y'all, it's so ugly. It's not pretty to the eye, but I don't care because I know how to read it. So I have my goal income, which is $40,000 a month that I want my business to generate and pay me 20. And oh, my phone's ringing. Let's just wait for that to roll away. What's the class on? So this is a money workshop. I'm just going to share creating worksheets like this for you guys, how to use it, how to monitor your income and your expenses so that you can make business moves that match like where you're growing to. So we're definitely going to set how much money you want to make in your business. I'm going to show you how to set the target numbers for that and then how to dial it back to where you are today. And then we look at what types of actions you can take in order to achieve those goals. I'm going to have my mentor, Lisa Nichols, talk to you guys about money because she's a multimillionaire and she started from scratch. Okay, so I love, love, love watching her crunch numbers. It will inspire the heck out of you. So anyway, on this spreadsheet, it tells you so every day I look and make sure that I'm not forgetting something because I will forget. I'm not so perfect with money. No, I F up all the time because sometimes I'm doing so good, I sabotage it. Let's be clear. That's a whole nother subject we're going to talk about too. So in my personal, I check the bills and then like what's today? Today's the 26th. So coming up out of my account, all my stuff is on auto draft too. Because if it ain't auto draft, I'm going to forget. What's coming out of my account right now is car insurance and student loans. And I love this because at any given time, I can decide that I no longer need any of some stuff, right? So I'm selling one of my cars. So 2 of these things are going to fall off. But what I love is then I can look at my business and see what's coming out of my business account. I don't even have to go to my bank account because I can look and see like on the 26th, Teachable for $2.99 is coming out. I pay $299 a month for Teachable, right? And Dropbox and Google Drive. So my business expenses are $2,300 and I'm pretty sure that's because, why is that so high? I keep my business expenses really, really low. Why is that so high? What is the, now I'm being nosy, like, what is that? Oh, because I signed up for some coaching. Yeah. So 12 for, so about $3,000. Not 3,000, 1,200, 14. So $1,700 are coaching. I don't know why I said 3,000, can't count. So $1,700 is coaching. Okay. So what's going to happen is when those coaching payments are done, my business expenses right now are $2,344. They're going to go down $1,700. Whoop, whoop. So I like to work very lean, okay? Meaning I don't like to have a lot of expenses if I don't have to. And so, yeah. Anyway, but then what happens is I can look at my business expenses and my personal expenses and add everything up. And I can see what on my credit cards I'm going to put payments on. And then, I mean, it's just amazing. So it's so fulfilling because I just know where I'm going. And most people are stressed out and they're making the wrong moves in business because you don't have clarity. You got to have clarity. So this is not the type of money class because I think I'm a money professional. I just want you to decide that you're going to grow and make as much money as you want. And I want you to know that you can make that money when you are this clear. That's my speech. Oh, yeah, that's my speech. And then I have like assets over, I mean, like liabilities. Like, you know, you have assets, things that are beneficial, or just like debt. So I have like my cars and yeah. So anyway, that way I have that as well. So I always know what my debt ratio is. I always know what my personal business, all of that. I get so excited talking about this because it just allows me to live life on my terms. I can do whatever I want, when I want. I can make as much as I want. So I just get up every single day and work towards my goal. So the moral of the story is that you have to know the numbers. The numbers tell you. So for example, my big goal is $40,000 a month. I have not hit that by myself without like some affiliate stuff, right? So I have a $40,000 a month grow to goal, but in general, I have to break that number down. So I start at 20. And once it's 20 consistently, not up and down, but $20,000 is what I'm making. Like that's a duh. Then I just grow to the next 20,000. And what'll happen is I know this in my soul and core, it's going to be faster to get to the next 20,000 because you consistently, and it's all an energy vibration. And so even when I went to Australia, I went because I was like, I make a shit ton of money and I keep doing stuff to sabotage. So this is why I'm so passionate about showing you guys, because money is the number that you just keep playing with. It's like a game. Like you just keep going to more and more and more. And it's always something that happens in here that either is going to jack you up or expand you. And so that's why we have to talk about mindset. How to get your money order deposit cash weekly. Oh, I'm looking at the comments like, what? I do this, but I'm not consistent as I should. Those little impromptu splurges get me. Right? And it's emotional. So when I do an impromptu crazy thing, I go and say, I literally write down what just happened. So for example, say I went today, because I could go, when I go to the BMW dealership, it takes everything in me not to buy a new car. Okay, so I go, well, why do you want the new car? So I can feel hot and sexy and luxurious. Well, what exactly makes you not feel that right now? Because if that's the feeling, I've just kind of trained myself now to where it's like, okay, I want the car because of how I'm going to feel. But at the end of the day, I can feel luxurious when I get dressed and put on makeup. I can feel luxurious because of the little things that I surround myself with that just make me feel luxurious and feel all these different things. So I, in fact, need to feel that before I go get the car. I never should get the car to feel that. I should feel that without having anything. And so I need to look at, what is that coming from? Why do I feel like I'm not enough? And why do I feel like I'm not luxurious, right? Because luxurious is a state of mind. It's not a thing. A thing is a thing is a thing. But luxurious is a state of mind. Like sexy is a state of mind. Confidence is a state of mind, right? And so what is it that this thing, what is the feeling that it's going to give me? And how can I tap into that now? Why didn't I think I already have it? Well, I feel like I'm not good enough. Okay, all my friends have. Like there's all that stuff. So you have to constantly be working at it. What's your short hair boot camp fee? $197 lifetime access right now, and there's payment plans on there too, so you can join for as little as $50. And you can go to shorthairbootcamp.com. Boom, check it out. So, oh my God, LaKeisha, you are the bomb. Thanks. So this is on Monday. Get in right now for $50, y'all. Get in right now for $50. And the special guest, I'm having Lisa Nichols. Literally, I'm pulling my auntie card, and I'm gonna make sure that she drops money bombs on us to help us release the sabotaging. Because I'm gonna tell you, with every new level of money you make, you're gonna have different things that come up. My friends who make multiple six figures still have like a month or even $1 million a month. They have things come up, right? And they have to go back and say, well, where is that coming from? So there's a mindset to money. And there's also just the daily habits that we're just not freaking doing. Again, I asked the question, how many of you guys, if I called you right now, you have your income, your expenses, your everything written out to the T, you know all the dollars. How many of you guys have that? If not, you need to be in this workshop. I do this, but I'm not consistent. Let me see. Great share, money distribution, girl, you are funny, LOL. Oh, look, no. And Nalula, I could whoop you. Nalula says no. King says no. Nitra says no. Queen says no. See, so guys, these are things that we need to get in order. And it's like, if not now, then when? I mean, if you're working towards a goal, but you're not checking the numbers and you're letting money just drain in and out, you could have already hit your goal, but you wouldn't know that if you were just not paying attention. And so in this boot camp, I'm going to literally send out daily prompts to you guys of things that I am doing and things that you're going to do every single day. I'm going to break it down so simple so that when you go to a tax professional, a accountant, a CPA, they can say, wow, you keep really good records, because we need to keep good records in our business so that we can just make fun choices that feel really expansive and good. I'm on it, but not consistent. We have to be. And when I'm not consistent, I start making irrational business moves, irrational personal moves, and then I got to hustle and pay for it. So I'm just saying, if not now, then when? We must start today. We must start today. And I just want to help you guys learn the business lessons. So 3 things, okay? 3 things if you're just joining, or just to recap. Thing number 1 is making sure all your income, this is something you can do right now. Go open up a business checking account, title it your business income, okay? And that income account is where all money will flow to, okay? All of your money will flow to that account, and you will not use it to write checks. Who writes checks anymore? Some people do. To swipe your debit card. This account is to receive money, and then you need to be able to transfer money. So essentially you want to, like, I love Bank of America. A lot of people say no. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can deal with a credit union and get a better whatever, but the protection that Bank of America gives, I love it. And I think I'm just loyal because my mom used to work for Bank of America, and I've had Bank of America since I was 16. But anyway, 13. But in your business account, as the money is coming in, you're going to pay yourself, pay your tax account, pay your operating expense account. You're going to pay. Read the book Profit First, but that's just a tip. And it changed my life, because I never understood how people said their business had money, but they didn't have money. I was like, what are you talking about? Or they would say, like, my business has this much money. And I'm like, I am my business. I didn't understand it. And so call me ignorant, stupid, dumb. Some people like, what? Yeah, I already knew that. Okay, if you know that, then click away from me, honey, because I'm not talking to you. Duh. You should already know that. But who I'm talking to is people who are doing amazing work like myself, but you just didn't, that kind of stuff. It just, I get creative, ADD. I'm like, what? Now I'm obsessed and I love it. And I recognize it as freedom. And so this is about building the daily habits of money, okay? If you're working for yourself, there are some daily habits. And once they become daily habits and they're cemented, you don't have to check money so often, and you can focus on the work. But like, just to get started, it's kind of a daily thing. Because you're going to have to clean up your mess. Like for me, when I first started implementing money habits, I had to work even more because I thought that everything my business received was my money. So I was living a lifestyle that was built around my total revenue, and I was only supposed to be living on the paycheck that I pay myself. So I had a big jack up, and I was like, well, I can't implement this now because it's going to take away from my money. And I was like, or you could just go to work and fix your mistake. So what do you need to bring in for the day so that you can get paid what you want to get paid? That was a game changer for me. Oh, number 2, cut unnecessary subscriptions. Okay. Unnecessary, and you know this already, but I'm just reminding you. And then when it comes to subscriptions, make sure that you are set the date that they're due in your phone or your calendar. Set the date before the subscription is due. So if it's due on the 15th, check it out on the 10th. Make sure that you still want it, because then you can have enough time to cancel it so that it doesn't deduct out of your account. Okay? And then tip number 3, you basically need to get a spreadsheet and track everything. Income, and this is just a general, it's super general AF, but you need to make sure that you have some type of mechanism, some type of way to track all of your income, all of your expenses, money received, right? And so in the group, I'm going to share with you guys in this course, and the link, I'll post it again. Let me post the link here. In this course, it's $50, like, and you get lifetime access. It's yours. You'll get a chance to hear from Lisa Nichols talking directly to us about this stage, about money, right? But what in this course, I want to just cover like the things that I think we should spend some time with, like how you're setting up your business under the right umbrella so that it's not like I had my business set up wrong. So I got taxed on things that could have not been taxed on, right? You want to set your business so that it's IRS proof. Okay. So figuring out what are I have a little list from all my mistakes, and I'm going to give them to you guys. You can Google it. You sure can. Or you can come to the workshop and we can work it out together. You can ask questions. I'm not I have access to experts. So I'm not your tax professional or your accountant. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm going to tell you real life money stuff that when you do this and you take it to the professional, they're going to be very proud of you. I know, because every time I come in with my stuff disorganized, they're like, you're way more organized than most people. I'm like, yeah, because I had to learn the long way. And so I want you guys to get help with your finances so that you can grow your business truly, truly, and not feel like, you know, all else is fails. Oh, excuse me, yawning. So it's time to go. I love you guys for watching. I hope that this was so helpful. Make sure you share this if this helped you at all. I see you guys are super, super interactive, and I love talking about bookkeeping and tracking records because of the freedom that it gives. So I want to share this with you guys. Hearing your testimony assures me that it's not all lost. Not at all. Oh my gosh. Not at all. And the beautiful thing about my mistakes is that, I mean, it's like now I just know. Now I've learned the lesson. And so I get to help so many other people, hopefully, not do what I did, you know, as far as like making all the money, having my company set up as the wrong type of company, and then mixing business, like music business with hair business, mixing income. So like I had to pay, I had all my money mixed up wrong, right? It was all coming into jumbled up accounts. And so that was a hot mess. And then before that, I had money, and I had income coming into the account and expenses. And so it was just a flurry of a hot messness. So now I can just go pull, boom. My bank account tells me everything. So I never have even so. And what's amazing is that at the end of the year, when it's time to do tax stuff, you'll see that when you have one business account, all the numbers add up except for cash, because sometimes you can just jack off cash. But even then, when I did it when I was in the salon and I had cash, I don't really take cash now, but when I was in the salon, it was amazing because I was like, wow, all my credit card records match my bank records. It's so easy to do taxes now versus I would panic every single time. And so I would ignore taxes. I ignored taxes for a couple of years because I just needed to focus. And I didn't feel bad when Katrina Ruth at the class in Chicago, in Australia, she said that she did the same thing. She just had to ignore the taxes so she can focus. I was like cracking up. And I definitely don't recommend that because it costs you money. But I knew I would figure it out and get it together. I had to just keep making money because I built a big mess. I don't recommend that. I don't want you to experience that. You may be already experiencing that. And so I'm just saying, the $50 is really like what is it called? It's like your commitment to yourself and accountability. So every single day I'm going to be releasing something on money. And they're going to be worksheets, audios. Lisa Nichols going to come in and tell us some stuff. We'll do a live stream on Monday. It's going to be powerful. And I'm definitely going to be talking about money mindset and sharing with you guys intimately. I'm going to be sharing with you guys my money journal, like, and how I had to overcome. And when I started making more money, I just kept sabotaging. Sabotaging means I kept finding ways to get rid of all the money. And I was like, how is this happening? And then I realized that it was going back to my childhood and I just felt so guilty for making money, right? And so I would give it all away, right? Things like that we do, we don't even pay attention to. And so it's going to be transformational, and it's only an investment of $50. So this is a super low cost offer, and you get access to everything all the time. And my goal for everybody that joins is to join in, get all your income and expenses organized, create a system like what I have. If you're not using like QuickBooks or something like that, this is really for the solopreneur. You want to create the spreadsheet because you can take that to an accountant and then they set you up on QuickBooks or whatever. So a CPA. I want you to walk away with everything organized. And it is going to take you, it's going to require time that you set aside every single day. And if you want your business to grow, if you want your personal life to grow, if you want to personally make more money and you're in business for yourself, you have to do this. And I'm just telling you, most people be like, I'm going to get to it. Oh, I don't want to look at that. And that's just not how we get it. It's not. I love you. I love you. I love you. The link is in the comments. I'll make sure I post it again. And again, $50 before Saturday. So get in, holla at your girl. I love you. I love you. I love you. See you on the next live stream. Goodbye.